Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Closing Comments here on July 10th. Let's jump right into these charts and see what happened in the markets today. Pretty wide ranges across the cattle market. We did see this August live contract trading in a little over $5 range here today. Good swings both ways. Price opening higher, pushing up to a new all-time high here at 222.5, which is a good sign for the bulls, keeping all-time highs coming by the day. We did see price reverse course and trade all the way down, engulfing this prior day's range, breaking down with a nice flush here down to 217.20. Good pushback by the bulls here late in the day to settle this market only about a buck lower on the day from the prior day's close, with that closing price coming in at 219.07. So good support late in the day by the bulls. We do see this big picture uptrend still intact, and we would expect to see this thing continue flowing higher. I think a little bit steeper or a deeper push up here into the mid 220s is still possible here, as this market is just trading around this prior swing high. However, if we do get offers below 217.20, this current day's low, we could see a little bit of a breakdown here, just down into this 214.5 to 216 area. That's going to be the first spot we're going to be looking for support step in at some of these prior levels we've been trading around the last few weeks, as well as seeing this rising 20-day moving average pulling up into it. That'll be a good spot to look for support come back in, and this market should just keep on pushing up towards those all-time highs. However, if we take a look here on our lower time frame, we have seen in about the last 4 or 5 trading days here, this market has rallied off this recent low down here near 209 all the way up to 222.5. So a $13.5 rally here in about a straight line. It's about time for this market to kind of pull back into here, pick up some of these leftover buyers that maybe missed that first leg higher. So good support we're seeing here. Tomorrow, the bulls want to close this market on a high note to really establish control as we head into next week. Bulls will want to get those bids above 220, and that should get this ball rolling back towards these all-time highs and beyond. So big picture uptrend still remains intact. We do expect to see higher prices from here. We might just need a little bit more support down here from some of these prior levels we visited. But in the meantime, we expect to see this market continue moving higher as all signs are looking good and healthy. Over to the feeders now. Another wide range day here in this market as well. A little over $8 trade, a little over $8 range here today. Good swings both directions. This August feeder contract, however, still staying above that prior day's low, closing up here at 321.60 with a new all-time high just shy of 327. So nice big moves across the cattle market today, putting in nice new all-time highs. However, just a big wide range day here. This market has also seen a pretty fast rally, a little over a $23 rally here in this August feeder market from last week's low down there near 303 up to almost 327. So this is another market we could see just a little bit of a temporary pullback here before this thing starts pushing back into those all-time highs. This cattle market remains strong. Both feeders and fats are expected to keep pushing up and keep this uptrend rolling. However, just may need a little bit of a dip here to pick up some of these leftover buyers before we keep on moving. So look for this cattle market to keep on rolling higher. Just be cautious of any offers below the prior day's low, as that could just open the door to a little bit of a pullback. So over to the corn market now. Pretty similar action as yesterday's. This corn market is trading around this 415 level with after this big markdown all ready to start the week. We head into tomorrow with that big WASD report coming out. This market's going to be looking to that before making this next move. We could see a snap back up towards these averages to find a little bit more of a value area. This big picture downtrend still remains intact, so until we get back above this 50-day moving average and this downtrend line, we don't expect to see any sustained up moves, but a little bit of a snapback reaction from that WASD report is possible. Or we'll see just how that market responds to it, and any breaks below this current week's low, we could see this thing really start to flush down here towards $4 in this corn market. But at the moment, it's anyone's guess, as we just will have to wait and see how this market reacts to that WASD report tomorrow. Over to the crude oil market. Prices not really able to sustain that up move here this week. We did see a nice flush back down below this bull pivot with this market pressing back down here into these major moving averages, continuing this low volatility choppy theme after this recent volatile move regarding the Iran situation. Big back and forth over there, so we're starting to see this market just settle in, get comfortable back here in the mid 60s. Expect this continued chop to keep playing out here this week. Any offers below this current low here today at 66.45, we will see this market kind of push back down here towards 64.5, as that's going to be the level to watch if we do get some downside from here. So look for more quiet, choppy action across the crude market. Equity markets able to pick up some ground here today. Did see an all-time high coming in on that S&P futures contract here today at 63.35, showing a nice rally. Nasdaq just kind of hanging steady with an inside day here today, and that Dow market able to pick up some ground here as well. Just this market getting comfortable, trading in some tight ranges here up at these overextended levels, showing good acceptance here, looking like this market's starting to see some bids. We could see this thing continue rolling towards these all-time highs in a nice low volatility uptrend. However, we are just up here at these overbought levels, so a little bit of a pullback would be welcome for a nice healthy ebb and flow to this market. We do expect to see any dips get bought up in the event of a pullback, so we'll be looking for buying opportunities in the event of a dip to some of these prior swing highs as well as major moving averages. But in the meantime, this market remains strong and healthy. Look for it to continue flowing higher. That's all we got for tonight. Everyone have a good evening.